So hey, what's up guys, it's Ben. Today I'm coming out with another video. Today I'm returning to my What Makes a Classic series and I'm going to be doing Blade Runner. Okay, so let's get into it. First up, the first criteria of what makes a classic is timelessness. What makes Blade Runner timeless is its story and its theme about what makes something human. And so if you are familiar with this movie, you know that there are androids in this movie called Replicants who are cognizant, and they're basically like human beings, except they're stronger, faster, smarter, but they only live 4 years. They have very human wants and needs, and they're trying their best to live longer. They want to experience it more. It's all about trying to get more out of their life, and like everyone's clock is ticking, and for replicants it's ticking faster, and so they're dealing with that, and they're trying to figure out how to have a longer life, how to live longer than 4 years. In a lot of ways, like, this movie proves that humanity is really a state of being. So these replicants live together and they formed bonds with each other, and they had a life with each other, and in a lot of ways it was more human than a lot of humans in this story. For example, Deckard, he's on his own, he's a retired police officer, or he's a Blade Runner as they call him, because he would hunt down replicants. But he's alone, like pretty much all by himself. And he is just very inside himself and just not, at first glance, it looks like he's supposed to be the hero, but he's not. And one of the examples of this is he takes Rachel, who's a prominent character in the movie, who is also a replicant, but at the beginning of the movie, she doesn't know that, which is an important part of the story. But he takes Rachel and slams her up against the wall and gets her to kiss him. And so he's not a hero. That is juxtaposed with Roy Batty, played by Rutger Hauer, and the 3 other replicants. And they do awful things too, like they killed a lot of people. They're not fantastic beings, right? But you still feel for them because they are slaves and they have a very short life. And they're trying to make the most of it. And Deckard's just kind of there doing nothing, especially at the beginning of the movie. And he only hunts down the replicants because he's forced to. So that brings me to Rachel, which is probably my favorite character. She's the most innocent, and she figures out in the beginning of the movie that she's a replicant, and her world gets turned upside down because she thinks he's human. And I really feel for her character, and she does like Deckard, but at the same time, sometimes he comes on to her, and he's not a nice guy. And so she is dealing with that, and really, like, the major part of it is she's dealing with the fact that now her life is, she knows that her life is potentially shortened, but she saves Deckard. She does a selfless act. Like, she runs away and then she saves Deckard from Leon, who is one of the replicants that Deckard's hunting. And so she shows humanity in that action. And she is probably the most human character in the movie. And that is why it's a timeless story. It's about what it means to be human. Like, sure, Deckard is a human being, but he doesn't have humanity. So Blade Runner was a very impactful film, and it became a standard of excellence. So Blade Runner started the film version of cyberpunk. And there are countless examples of people who are prominent filmmakers who used inspiration from Blade Runner. Guillermo del Toro said that after he watched Blade Runner, he never saw the world the same way again. William Gibson, who was the author of The Neuromancer, which is a very prominent science fiction novel in the cyberpunk genre, he made a comment about how Blade Runner affected directed Cyberpunk. So Mamoru Oshii, who directed the first two Ghost in the Shell movies, said that people are making movies similar to the themes in Blade Runner, have no choice but to refer back to it. And his movie is a great example of that because his movie was very cyberpunk. From my understanding, both of them, they're very future technology based. And then also on top of this, Christopher Nolan, which I will put the quote right here, Christopher Nolan has made comments about how he drew inspiration from Blade Runner for the Dark Knight trilogy, about how they built the world and the sets and stuff like that. They really used Blade Runner to help them build their sets. The Matrix is said to be influenced by Blade Runner. Strange Days, Dark City, The Fifth Element all have a similar style to Blade Runner. And so Blade Runner had a lasting impact on the future of filmmaking, particularly in science fiction. Please like, comment what you thought of this video, comment what you thought of this movie, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Letterboxd, and then follow me on Instagram. The links will be in the description below. So that's it. See you guys later. B-Dog.